Hey, everybody. We are here today
Hello.
because there are some news that have shaken the movie world, and we going to talk about it.
Time for some rage.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe some old men not being happy
Ugh.
about things. Rah, rah, rah. Channel our Clint Eastwood. Rah, rah, get off my lawn.
Kids
Yeah.
today,
rah,
video on demand.
rah, rah, rah. Don't like it. So, we are talking about, some of you guys may have already heard, but we are talking about Disney has decided to put Mulan on Disney Plus and skipping theaters. Well, kind of. Well, skipping theaters in the U.S. altogether. They said that in theaters worldwide, whichever ones are open, they'll release it there. But in the U.S., it will be on Disney Plus, and which at first is like, oh, well, that stinks. We get to miss out on this. But there is a little caveat. There's a little something to that,
Oh, is
and
there ever?
yeah, and that caveat is it will be on Disney Plus for a mere $29.99. So not only are you paying for the service, which I mean it's $7 a month, but they want to charge you $30 to watch this movie. Gary, your initial thoughts, my man, before I continue to rage myself.
This is bad news for people like you and I.
Uh huh.
People who not only like to leave their house every now and then, when we're
Mm-hmm.
allowed. I'm currently not allowed, but nevertheless,
Yeah. Yeah.
not under house arrest. I'm just quarantined. But anyway,
Yeah.
not. But also people who love the movie theater, who love the cinematic experience.
mm-hmm.
Um, I understand Disney wants to make their money back on this movie.
Yeah.
I understand they want people to see it. That price tag is outrageous.
Oh yeah.
$30 for a one-time view or a rental um, on a platform people are already paying for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're essentially paying $40 to watch a movie.
Yeah.
Um, this does not spell
Mm-hmm.
good for the future of theater going. This was something I feared. Just being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. It is like when I saw like straight to Disney Plus, like some people have already released stuff, and we've talked about some movies that went ahead and released on different
Mhm.
platforms, but they didn't like My Spy, Artemis Fowl, Greyhound. They didn't charge you extra for that.
Mm-mm.
But the ones
No,
that did charge you extra, like Trolls, or like not charge you extra, it was just VOD, but you had to pay to rent
hmm
it, like
pay
Trolls or
for it.
Scooby Doo. It was only $20,
$20,
which
reasonable.
yeah, which honestly it's reasonable, especially if you're gonna watch it with kids and stuff like that.
Hmm.
For me, I was a sucker on Scoob, who they did $20 to rent or 25 to just own it on digital,
Hmm.
and I was like, I might as well pay the $5 and just have it.
Yeah,
Um,
Jinkies.
yeah, and so I was a sucker for
Sorry.
that, but yeah, but it was like, but it wasn't like on a service that you already owned. It was just you can rent it for this. And when I
Hmm.
saw that price tag, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Now I did read, I think it was on like Deadline Hollywood, and I think comicbook.com had it as well. Um, that they said that if you pay the $30, now it's just going to stay on your streaming, so like it won't go away. It'll just stay
Oh,
on there, which
okay.
which I don't know if that changes your mind. For me, it's kind of like, oh, so I'm basically just paying to get it earlier, because
Hmm.
eventually it's going to get on Disney Plus anyways.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it doesn't really for me like, oh, let's do this. And I know people think like for me, I'm thinking like, yeah, if it was me, my three kids, and my wife, $30 isn't bad.
Hmm.
But honestly, probably just Sayla and I would be the ones to watch it. So
Yeah.
so like if it was a normal theater experience, I'm on AMC Stubs, so I don't, I already pay $20 a month, so my
Hmm.
ticket is just done. I
Hmm.
pay for Sayla's ticket, which is like $5 or $6 with the AMC's in our area,
Hmm.
and then I have the popcorn bucket, so that's $5. So
Hmm.
I'm up to $10. And if I get a drink, and then if she and me and her share the popcorn, we both get drinks. I'm still under like $20 or right at twenty
Yeah.
bucks for me and her to go to the
Yeah.
movie. So I would be paying more to watch this at home and
Hmm.
not get the theatrical experience.
You would be essentially paying more for the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
And that honestly is, I think, who this is for. It's for two groups of people.
Hmm.
Hey, baby. Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Remember,
Sounds
we're
good.
dads and we're
Yeah, we're
live. This is how
dads.
it goes.
We're dads in life. Yeah. Um, it's for those people who just don't want to leave their home where they don't feel comfortable, or
Hmm.
they just they just don't want to go out and be around people. Which if that's you, that's fine. People are different. Um, or the large families who want to see this movie together. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it would just be, you said it would just be you and Selah. Doesn't make sense for you guys to pay that $30 price tag when you can, save money and go to the theater.
Yeah.
But the families who have, a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 13-year-old, and both parents want to go see it, that, I mean, I guess the price tag makes sense for
Yeah.
them. But for, like, even for me, Megan and I, my kids aren't old enough to see this movie yet.
Mm-hmm.
Lainey's a couple years away from seeing it. Megan loves Mulan. We would be paying, more to see it here.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah, and that's the same
yeah.
with me. Like Selah would see it. Nala's still, she's still like, she's still a little young to see it just because she still has nightmares and different stuff. And Jade's nowhere near,
Hmm.
so like they wouldn't
Yeah.
watch it anyways. So
Hmm.
it's just to say it's the same kind of thing, and it's just like, and what I don't understand is like again, I understand they want to make their money back.
Hmm.
I did see some statistics that said that even if if half of the subscribers did this, they would make like 300 to 400 million dollars off this movie, which
Hmm.
which I think that's probably where they're looking at it. And then they had other numbers for 40%, 30%, da da da, how much money they would
Hmm.
make if people did this.
Hmm.
And so like I can understand what Disney's trying to do, but it is just kind of like this is a movie a lot of people like myself wanted to see in the theater because you
Yeah.
see the
Same.
trailer, you see the epicness of the wars, the battles, everything that they have going on. And so it's like I want the theater experience. Now we're not going to get it. Now if they
No.
did like a Bill and Ted thing where it's like
Hmm.
wherever theaters are open, it'll be there like even in the US and it'll be so pick which we want to go. It probably wouldn't be that bad. But just going straight there, I was just kind of like,
Hmm.
like, is this really what we're trying to do? What we're trying to accomplish here?
Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
it's just kind of like I don't know, like I don't
It,
know
it
if this
would
is something I want to get into.
it'd be nice to have the option, kind of like the Bill and Ted approach, um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to have the option to go to the theater or stay home and watch it. Um, but I think if a lot of people do pay to see this at home, which I think people will,
Mm-hmm.
the bigger families, and they make the money. What makes me nervous about this is other studios following suit. I know we talked about Universal
Yeah,
and AMC, their deal, and just saying, all right, we'll just release it and people will pay to watch it.
yeah,
People will stay to be home. Um,
yeah,
Different times. We're living in
yeah.
different times for
Different
sure.
times, and even like what
Hmm.
you're just saying. Here's old
Yeah.
Tim Bussey. You know,
Oh.
him, his
Yeah.
wife, his twin girls quarantined in the
Hmm.
basement. Great deal.
Hmm.
I mean, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It is. That's your situation. I mean, like I said, bigger families.
Yep.
If you have like 3 or 4 people, then yeah,
Hmm.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Than trying to go to the
Hmm.
theater, like it absolutely makes sense.
Does make sense.
Um,
But I think it also makes sense. I think Tim should always stay in the basement. That's good for society. You know, stream as much as you want, Tim, as long as you stay away from your home.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, keep that quarantine and stay safe. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah.
that's only because he's an Ohio State fan. He needs to stay away from everyone.
That's
But
completely understandable. We can say the same to
yeah,
Michael if he ever watches this. He
yeah,
can
yeah,
just stay quarantined as
yeah.
well
He's
for
gonna
those
punch me
reasons.
next time he's gonna punch me next time he sees me, which hurts, but it's
Well
worth it.
deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah. I mean, this is unprecedented. I was very
Uh huh.
surprised by it, and I'm interested to see the outcome and if other studios follow and do the same thing.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
but
So joining on the fun here, Tim Bussy, come
mhm.
back. Emphasize the twin girls are quarantined. Gary,
Oh, okay, all right.
the twin girls, not him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I follow. I follow.
Yeah. So, but I did see another thing today that the CEO, I forget, Chaktar, I can't remember the new CEO.
Chaktar. We'll
Of,
go with that.
yeah,
Chaktar.
that works. I can't remember how to say his last name. Apologies
Yeah.
for messing up your name, sir.
That sounds like a
But
CEO. CEO
yeah,
Chaktar.
yeah. But he was talking because people then are asking like, is this going to same thing happen to Black Widow? Like, is this the direction you're going to take? And he said this is a one-off thing that we're doing, and we're going to see what happens. So with
Hmm.
that being the case, it's like if this is successful, maybe Disney continues to do this. But the thing is, Disney and everything under Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, now Fox, most of
Hmm.
their movies and the directors and stuff are made to be viewed on the big screen.
Oh
So I'd
yeah.
be very curious to see if they would continue this kind of
Hmm.
direction, even if it does well. I'd
Hmm.
be curious to see if this is what they do.
Yeah, yeah, just seeing what they do, and a lot of people. The more people are homebound, the more people are working from home, the more people who, um, I think, who don't have options to go do stuff. Their home theater setups are probably going to become really incredible. You know,
Hmm.
and like yes, baby, we have a special guest. You're done. Okay, good job eating your lunch. All right.
Had a girl, Laney.
Lainey has finished her food. Everyone, breaking news.
Woo!
Carter has still not touched his food though, so I'll keep you updated on that. That's the
Poor
news.
guy.
What was I saying? Anyway, it's like
That
the
people's
more we
setup will
have,
be really good.
yeah, and it's kind of like honestly, the decisions people made to stay home and watch sports than
Hmm.
go to a game. You know, uh, is HD TV, 4K, whatever you want. Red Zone channel for NFL.
Hmm.
Stay home, make food, have people over, and watch the game instead of going to the stadium and dealing with the crowd, the traffic, the prices.
Hmm.
And I feel like more people are going to make that decision over going to the theater if this keeps happening.
Yeah.
And I don't say that, and like I said the other day, I don't say that is I don't think that's good news.
Hmm.
Because I love the theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And I think, like, I hope what ends up happening is kind of what you just described, like with the NFL and
oops.
stuff. Like there's still plenty of people in the stands,
Hmm.
but there's still a
Hmm.
lot of people who are like, I'm just going to stay home. It's more comfortable. I
Hmm.
don't have to deal with weather. I don't have to pay for parking. I don't have to do all this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So, like, but there's still people in the stands. And so going to an actual game will never
Hmm.
go away. At least I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so I'm hoping that maybe the same thing happened with theaters, that
Hmm.
maybe what studios will start thinking is, hey, if need be, we can do this or we can have this service offered, but there's still going to be the theatrical experience. Like this is why, at least the positive, like on the AMC deal, I was kind of
Hmm.
okay with, because like, all right, you got the first 3 weekends in theater, and
Yep.
then we'll release it on streaming. So that way,
Hmm.
people want to wait, they can wait, and it's not a big deal.
Hmm.
But those who love the theater can still go to
Yeah.
the theater. I just hope this doesn't set a new precedent
Hmm.
of
Presidents.
what presidents
Sorry,
of a
inside joke.
new. Yeah, sorry about that,
Yeah,
guys. But
yeah, my
so
bad.
that's what I hope
Yeah.
it doesn't do.
Hmm.
And even did, like I said, the CEO didn't sound like this is going to happen. But even like a movie like Mulan, it's like, oh, we wanted so many people wanted to see that in
Hmm.
the theater. And honestly, if they
Animation.
did this, and even if they said, hey, $20, because we all understand, you got to make your money back. We've talked about
Oh
that
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Even if it was $20, I don't think it'd be a big deal. But the fact that they went 30, I think that's where everyone's just like, are you kidding me?
That's a big jump. Like
Yeah.
you know, um, and it does make me feel a little bit better that it would stay on your streaming. It would stay on
Yeah.
there. But still, like we pay. I'll be honest, we paid for Trolls a few weeks ago for Trolls 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because Laney loves Trolls, and yeah, but like I said, $20, not in a theater, can't go to theater. All right, um, you know, but I tell you what, this setup makes me feel a ton better about the AMC Universal setup.
Yeah.
The 3 weeks and then the release.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, but yeah, so
Yeah.
who
Now
knows?
here's a question. Like,
Hmm.
are we say all this? Are we going to get suckered into doing this? That's the question. Will the family sucker us into doing
Mm,
this?
I don't know. I haven't really talked to Megan about it yet. I don't think she's seen the news.
Okay.
She's been so busy with work.
Right.
Um, as much as Megan loves the character of Mulan, like Mulan's her favorite Disney movie,
Okay.
we probably will.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's
we
the
probably
thing.
will.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
We can have these opinions, but the
Hmm.
family will ultimately win. And I think
Yeah.
maybe that's what Disney
Yeah.
knows. Like they
Yeah. They
know
know.
that.
There you
They
go.
know. They know the
Yeah.
kids and the wives, if they
Yeah.
want to see it, guess what? They're
Yeah.
paying for it, no
I
matter what the
will.
husbands say.
I will sit there with my Eastwood face the whole time watching it. That was a good scene. It would look
Yeah.
better in the theater.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think for
uh,
me, because I know once Sayla sees, because when she turns, I know what's going to happen. Sayla's going to turn on Disney Plus, and she's going to
mhm,
see Mulan. She's going to be like, Poppy, Mulan's on.
yep,
Let's watch it. And she's going to sucker me into doing it.
mhm.
And I
That's
know
what
that's what's
happened
going to
here with
happen.
Trolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that the report is true, that it just stays on your streaming after that. If
Yeah.
that's the case, I'll feel a little better about it.
A
But
little
here's
bit.
but
Yeah.
here but here's what drives me nuts, because you know how we also love our hard copies of Blu-rays.
Yep.
So I paid
That was
$25 for Scooby Doo.
hmm
Guess what's on? That's what's on Blu-ray right now in Target. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
and I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I much rather would
Oh,
have it, but I don't want to spend another $20 on it. Like, I'm not going to do it.
knock it off. I don't know what they're doing, but never know what they're doing back there. Oh boy,
They're at war.
I know. But I might have to intercede.
Yeah.
How much are they selling Scooby Doo for?
It's $20 for the Blu-ray digital, and I think 4K is like 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Still,
yeah, and I'm
that's
just
a
like,
cool copy.
yeah, and so that's what would kill me is if she suckers me into paying Mulan for $30 and it's on streaming. I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to buy it when they do release it. But the thing is, if you ever cancel your Disney Plus, then now you don't have it. So I don't know.
Goes away.
Yeah, but
that's the one streaming service I never. I mean, anything can happen, but I never envision canceling that. You know.
Yeah.
It's just
especially if we get grandfathered into this, $7 a month price. I don't. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, we got to cut back on something. There goes the $7 of Disney Plus. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's what I'm gonna be cutting back on.
Yeah, no. I think and I subscribe to Netflix. I love Netflix, even though they put a lot of trash out. But but even I would probably get rid of that before I got rid of Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
Just like yesterday, my daughter, she was watching Emperor's New Groove. And I was like, man, I haven't watched this movie in so long. It's so great. I was just like, man, Disney Plus is awesome.
Yeah.
But plus all the Star Wars stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
That has come out. But yeah, this new news makes me nervous. I get it to an extent, but I don't want to see theaters die. And that's
I hope this is a true one-off. They just need to make their money back. If that's the case, fine. I get it. I hope it's a one-off. I hope it's not a new standard. And honestly, like, I do hope Mulan does well. So, because I like it when they do redo a classic, but told differently. That's why I love like the Jungle Book. Honestly, I really like Dumbo. I know a lot of people didn't, but because they took the original story and did something different with it. That's why I didn't really care for like Beauty and the Beast. Because it was like it was the same exact thing, and I'm like, I didn't need this.
I argue with Lainey all the time about that. I said the animated version is so much better, and she's like, no, the real. I was like, no, we're not watching.
Yeah, the Cinderella live action, great, but
I never saw that one.
Yeah, that one's really good. You should check it out. They did a great job with that.
The only one I didn't really care for so far was I didn't care for the Lion King one. There's just something about it. I mean, it was the same story, but how you gonna tell that story differently? But I didn't really. I mean, I didn't hate it, but there's something about it that just seemed very off to me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt that way. I know we're kind of divulging, but I think a lot of people, it was with the Lion King. It was just they're so used to all the bright colors and the funness of it, and so when you make it realistic, you don't have those bright colors, and so it just feels weird. And
it's like watching National Geographic.
Yeah, which for me, I sat there and I'm like, wow, I can't believe they made it look this real. But I'm like, again, it's the same exact movie. Like, why did this need to happen?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But anyways, those are our thoughts on this direction. Hopefully, it doesn't set anything else up.
And I don't mean to be negative. I don't want to see theaters go the way of Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and all those places we used to.
Movie Stop.
Movie Stop.
Oh man.
Rest his soul. What a glorious place.
What a glorious place.
Oh man. Yeah.
So so that's what we got. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments what you guys think. What what are your feelings about it? What do you think about price range? All that kind of stuff. We would love to chat and talk with you all. And of course, as always, so hit that subscribe button. So we would love to have your support. Keep share about us, spread the news about real pastors and what we're trying to do. Plenty of videos to check out on our channel.
If you haven't checked out Monday's video, we talked 9 innings of baseball movies, and I just want to say, I thought it was a really great episode. You should check it out.
I thought it was too. Got some compliments too from some people on that. They thought it was great as well. So do that. Turn on the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos that we have, even random ones like this where we want to talk about some news real quick. And then, and as stuff comes out, who knows? We might get suckered into watching Mulan, and we probably do a review on it. So there's that too.
I'm sure we will. But we should wait a week and protest.
I know, right?
What's that?
There's more wasps.
There's a wasp outside. All right, go get it.
Breaking news: there's a wasp outside of Gary's house. Everybody, look out!
We are at war with the wasp. So
here we go. All right,
Starship Troopers outside.
So thanks everybody for joining us. We will
See you.
catch you guys next time, and make sure to, again, turn on the bell. Have a great episode. Looking forward to it on Monday for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Goodbye, friends.